and welcome back for another episode of Closet Conversations with me, Bre Keshae. I'm so happy to have you back so we can talk about all the latest fashion news you absolutely can use. So, of course, before we get into the show, we have to give you the outfit of today. So my outfit of today is called Shacket season. So my friends laugh when I call it a shacket. But if you don't know what a shacket is, this is a shacket. So shackets are jackets but shirts. So it's like a pretty much like a thicker material shirt. Most times they come in this flannel pattern and like, you know, has different fall colors. I actually got this one from Amazon. Like, can you believe it? The quality of this shacket is so good. Like, it's really, really thick. The material is heavy. When it came in the mail, it was so heavy. I was like, whoa, I wasn't expecting it. So it was a really good quality item from Amazon. So I was really surprised about that. Shackets are really good for layering in the fall and the winter because right now in Atlanta, it's not that cold. But as we get ready to transition into the winter and hopefully it gets a little bit chillier, this is a good item that you can layer with other items. So right now I have it layered with this turtleneck shirt. Underneath it is actually like sleeveless. And then I have it just paired with some cotton black leggings and some cute little booties. This outfit is really easy to put together when you're getting ready to like go shopping with your girls or just going to grab a quick bite to eat or going to the movies. It's super comfortable, but also really fashion forward. And you can still make a really cute statement without having to do too much. So if you haven't already, go get you a shacket, girl, because it's shacket season. And you know, there's a lot of different things you can do. You can even button this up and wear it as a shirt dress if yours is really long, and just pair it with like some cute booties if you're going out and want to look a little bit more dressed up. But I like to wear it in a more casual sense because it's just really fun and cute and easy to pair. So that's the outfit of today. I hope you enjoyed that. And now we're going to move into the first segment of the show. Okay, so this week on Slayed or Played, it's been a lot of awards going on. And I know last time on episode 3, I really featured a lot of different looks from the Soul Train Awards. Because really, mostly, I was so disappointed in them that I was taken away. So this week I thought we'll make it a little bit more positive, and I'll give you the highlights from some of the latest award shows that have since aired and give you some of the looks that I thought really excelled this season. So starting with your girl, the chocolate Barbie, Gabrielle Union. So Gabrielle Union was spotted on the red carpet at the 2021 Fashion Awards that was hosted in London in this beautiful, magnificent lime green dress that was designed by Valentino. When I say she gave me like all the like princess realness in this dress, it looks so beautiful. I like the dramaticness of it. It had the right proper amount of like body showing and cleavage, and it was just right. Like the color looks so good on her skin. It had a really long train. I just felt like she looked like a princess or a queen, and it was so good. Like, we haven't really seen Gabrielle do something this extravagant on the red carpet in quite a while. And I felt like there was not a better red carpet to do this on because it's the Fashion Awards. So at the Fashion Awards, you gotta give it to the people. You can't come and, you know, some watered down gown that everybody's done, that, you know, that's been repeated. This gown made a very big statement. It was even featured in Vogue. And it was all the rave. She did that. Her hair was styled kind of like up in this dramatic, like puffy ponytail. The makeup looks so good. Y'all, Gabrielle, she slayed. Okay, slayed, did not play with the girls. So I was so here for that and happy to see her representing us really well out there at the Fashion Awards in 2021. So next is on Slater Play, we're gonna talk about Yvonne. So Yvonne, and most people know her as Molly from Insecure, recently hosted the International Emmys Awards. And let me tell you, the girl came and delivered. I don't know what it is about these melanated skin tones and this yellow mustard type color, but she looked absolutely gorgeous. Like, it looked like something straight out of a magazine. It had like puffy sleeves and a really deep cut, but it was very exaggerated on the bottom. Oh my God, her hair was like pulled back. She had like a bust down middle part with some blonde highlights pulled back. Some really cute earrings on that just accentuated the neckline. It just looks so effortless and classic and chic and couture. Baby, she did what she needed to do. They understood the assignment. So this Black Girl Magic I was like, oh my God, like, and I have never even watched the International Emmys. I don't even know if I've watched the regular Emmys, maybe once or twice, but I'm always here for the red carpet. That's all I care about is the red carpet. And she did that. She absolutely did it. The gown was designed by Nicole Felicia Couture, who I'm not familiar with the designer, but they did absolutely no wrong when it came to her and these looks. I think the dark lip that she paired with it was perfect, especially for the fall season. She just looks so amazing, and I'm so here for it. Like, let's give it up for the Black Girl Magic. You know what I'm saying? The Black Girl Magic is slaying the red carpets this season, okay? So finally, the last person on Slater Played for this week, we're gonna talk about Cardi B. So as you all know, Cardi B was the host of the AMA Music Awards this year. And she is always known for giving us a very unique look. Like, I think the chemistry that Cardi B and her stylist Colin have is impeccable, because as a female rap artist, some of the red carpets that Cardi B has delivered give you, like, you would have thought she was like a fashion editor or something like that. She really pushes the needle when it comes to fashion. Now, for the AMAs on the red carpet, she wore, it's like a two-piece like cream skirt and this kind of like I don't know what you want to call that, but it's like a headpiece, and it had like crystals or diamonds on it. It gave me like regal realness. She looked so beautiful. She had on like a red lip to go with it, really dark black hair. The makeup was good. It had a really high split, so that also gave it like a little bit of a sex appeal. And the shoe was fabulous as well. Cardi looked really good on the red carpet. She looked elegant, classy, very, 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 very chic. I was absolutely amazed and stunned by this outfit. And you know, it was everything that I think we needed. I believe it was designed by Miss Sohi, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, so don't shoot the messenger, because I'm sorry, I don't know the designer, but it looks really, really good on her. It insinuates her body and her waistline really well, and she looks great. Like, and I think I appreciate Cardi because she does not just come to a red carpet just to like show off her body. Cardi is always going to give you a fashion moment. And that's what I love about her, because she knows what it is to deliver fashion and not just deliver, you know, like her body on the red carpet, which a lot of female rap artists do. They just try to show off their breasts or show off their butt or show off their waist. That's not Cardi. That's not her at all. And I think she even showed that even more with the rest of the looks that she featured as she was hosting the show. One of the looks that I thought was like really out there, and I don't I'm not that familiar with maybe what culture it's tied to. But so one of the looks, she had on like this black dress that had a really high split. I believe the dress was like a velvet material, and this dramatic headpiece. And the headpiece, it kind of reminded me something that I've seen and like maybe like the Native American tribes before. I want to say maybe that's what she's paying homage to, but I really don't know, so don't quote me on that. That to me was like very different. I haven't seen anybody do anything like that at an award show, especially the AMAs. But I feel like it's Cardi B, and if anybody can pull it off, she could. I will say I was not the biggest fan of them bangs. That bang. Yeah, no, it was, you know, but I understand because it kind of, you know, meshed well with all the different outfits that she delivered at the AMAs. But yeah, no, I think I'm good on it. I don't care to see her in that again. The other outfit that she was featured in that I thought that was really cute and pushed fashion forward for this awards was that exaggerated shoulder, sparkly shoulder dress. It was like, I believe the material was like a velvet suit or a velvet dress it is. And it just had like a really high split. And she had on like some studded boots that went all the way up. I'm not sure if that was like a boot or a tight, but it looked absolutely beautiful on her. And it's actually like a tuxedo dress, really. So it has like a couple of buttons, and then it's like open from like pretty much the high thigh all the way down. And then she has what appears to be more tights than it is maybe a boot, but tights, like studded tights all the way up that kind of are the same material as the exaggerated shoulders that is on that blazer dress. It looked really, really, really good. The designer of it, I believe, is a Malik Street. I'm not familiar with them as well, but her and Colin together, I think they can do no wrong. They have a really good chemistry and they're very creative. And I want people to understand that just as much credit as Colin gets for her looks, I think Cardi B deserves some credit as well, because you can style somebody, but you know, as a stylist, it's your job to push them and to take them to the next level. But if they don't have the vision to see where you're going, and if they can't, if you two can't be creative together to create a look, then it's not going to be as good. I think the chemistry between Colin and Cardi B is immaculate, and I really want them to pick to do a label together, because they just do things so well. Like it looks phenomenal. Every time she hits the red carpet, she looks amazing. So she slayed the AMAs. I was very happy and pleased. I will say the only thing that I wasn't really, you know, over the top for was her hair. It kind of gave me like mullet vibes a little bit with sideburns. I wasn't really into that, but the looks that she delivered were very high fashion, very much so couture, and that's what I expect from Cardi B. And I think from a female rap artist, she definitely delivers and overperforms her competitors in that industry, because ain't none of them messing with her on the red carpet. Not one. They cannot touch Cardi on the red carpet at all. It's not even a competition. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments if you agree, if all three of these beautiful queens slayed these red carpets for the award shows that we've been seeing this fall. I think they all did a phenomenal job. I was so hard on everybody at the 2021 Soul Train Awards. I figured we keep it light this episode and, you know, add some positivity. I don't want to always tell people they look bad, because that's not what I'm here for. We're here to celebrate each other. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you think, and if you think these people slayed or played themselves. And now we're going to move into the next segment of the show. So next we're going to move into What's Trending. This week on What's Trending, it's all about Gucci, baby. Gucci, 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 Gucci. Listen, let's talk about it. So there's a lot been happening over the last like couple of months with Gucci. So I figured we'll just kind of wrap it up into one big segment. So to start, two new collections. So the first one is 100th Century collection, which had a lot of different items in it, and it paid homage to pop culture and how it's impacted the world over the last century. I thought that was a really cool take on a way to do their collection, because it really focus a lot on music. They even have a whole playlist that they designed for the collection, which I also thought was pretty cool. I haven't listened to it, so I'm not sure what artists are featured on there, but I think that's a really cool way to connect the culture with fashion, because we know that both go hand in hand. So it had some items that are in different segments. So the different segments are Japanese punk rock, jazz, psychedelic, Afrobeat, disco, and then they had hip hop, and as well as like a pop-up shop, a limited edition one, which is the one that I've been seeing featured in more of some of the celebrities that they've been wearing. It had a variety of items, some t-shirts, the sneakers, etc. Nothing that was, really fantastic if you ask me, but I thought it was really cool the way that they put the collection together and how they wanted to highlight things that have happened over the last 100 years and connecting it with pop culture. I thought that was pretty cool and unique. I haven't really seen some of the other designers in their caliber do something like that, so I thought that was kind of special and a really cool way to celebrate 100 years of them being in this industry as a prominent brand. The collection that I do want to talk about and really focus on is what's called the Hacker Project, which is the collection between Gucci and Balenciaga. So, this is to me a big deal, because there's not a lot of times when you see major labels like this collaborate together and bring two of the things that people know them for the most together and put them in some of their most highest selling items. So the Hacker Project really did that. So some of the main items that are trending from that collaboration is the Balenciaga hourglass bag that they're pretty much known for, which I love. I love that Balenciaga hourglass bag, especially in the snake print. And so when they collaborated with Gucci, they put the GG logos on it. When I first saw this bag, and y'all are gonna laugh at me because at this point I did not know they did the collaboration. I saw it like a few months ago. When I first saw it, I was like, who went and bought them this fake bag? They don't even know that that's a Balenciaga bag, and it got Gucci on it. Like, I literally was like, did somebody go get this from the flea market? So my initial thoughts was this was a fake. But then I kept seeing it and I was like, wait, something's going on here that I don't know about. Let me do some research. And that's when I really found out about the collaboration between the two brands. So I thought that was really funny, because I dead seriously thought that people was out here sporting a fake. And I was like, they don't even know what they're doing. Lord help them. But the bag itself, I love the Balenciaga hourglass bag. I like Gucci GG prints. Do I love them together? Not as much as probably people would think, but I understand the desire to buy the bag, because you'll probably never see anything like that again. So like, if you're a collector, you love to collect like bags and shoes and fashion pieces, I can see why you would want to buy it. Now, would it be something that I like really wore? Probably not. No. Not for me anyway, but it is one of the most popular items, and it's sold out pretty much. You can't get that anywhere unless you're buying it on the resale market at this point, and it's like triple times the original price of the bag. But it looks good with some of the other items that were in the collaboration. So the other items that I really, really liked are the, so Balenciaga is really known for what they call their knife mules. So they're like the really sharp pointed toe mules, and they don't really have like a high heel. It's like maybe like a 2-inch heel on them. So some people like to look at them as like a kitten. So it's like right above a kitten heel, but not really a stiletto at the same time. And so they're known for those as well. And so they made those with the Gucci GG logos on them, and they look so good. I've seen a lot of different celebrities wear them recently, and I think they're really cute. I think they're classy. I like those. I think that was a good way to marry the two brands. And they also have those similar shoes, but in a like thigh-high boot. And those are the ones that I am in love with. Mary J. Blige wore them at a show recently. Claire Summers, who is the editor and chief of Fashion Bomb Daily, wore them as well. Listen, the girls are killing them boots. And I mean, I'm here for it. It's fall. Thigh-high boots are definitely in season. And that combination right there looks so good. The tones of it, the material looks really, really, really good. It just looks effortless. Like it looks, I mean, because you know, logos are in. Like everybody's all into logos. And so I think what better way to combine the two brands. The other items that are in the collaboration, to me, are kind of like a stretch. Like they took the Dionysus bag, which I have and I love, and that bag was on my wish list for like 3 years before I purchased it, and then God bless me and I bought it. But they took that bag and put like the Balenciaga logos on it. I don't see no point in that. Same with like the sneakers. They got like GG prints and then Balenciaga slanted across it. I'm not really sure if I like that. It ain't doing much for me. It was kind of like, to me, that just looks a little lazy. It just looks a little lazy. But I guess if the goal was to show off both logos, then they accomplished that. But I mean, it's not really giving any big moments. The other thing that they did was kind of the Balenciaga City bag, which I'm not a fan of that bag. It's not ever been something that I would want to buy, but they made that bag and put the GG logos on it as well, which I thought, you know, okay, if you are a person who likes that bag and the structure of that bag and you like the Gucci logos, then that's probably a good way to marry the two. But other than that, everything else is pretty just like, you know, okay to me. The things that I liked the most were those boots, those thigh-high boots, and the GG knife pumps. So yeah, I was here for it. I think I like to see big brands like this come together, because we don't see that often. So I'm not really sure what sparked the interest in them collaborating, but I like the fact that they did, because in a space where, you know, you can always be in competition, it's good to see people collaborating. So I was here for it, and you know, hopefully one of these items can be in my collection one day. Probably not soon, but you know, I would love to have one, you know, just to collect it for the future when it's vintage, and you know, just to have for memories, because some of these items are really cute, especially those shoes. So if you are interested, be sure to go pick you some up. If you have already, drop a comment below. Let me know what's your favorite items from the collection. And if you've seen the movie, or if you've gotten anything from the 100-year collection from Gucci, let me know as well, and tell me what you think about all the Gucci goodness that's been going on over the last few months. All right, so without further ado, we're going to move into the next segment of the show. Okay, so let's move into the last segment of the show where we're going to talk about some style advice. So I put a poll up on my Instagram and asking if anybody needed any style advice. So this week the question was, how can I take my holiday fashion looks and elevate them this holiday season? And I think that is a really good question, We're so conditioned to doing the same things around the holidays. We pull out our red, we pull out our green, we pull out our sequin and our sparkly items, and we're ready for Christmas and New Year's, right? This season, I have 2 tips for you to elevate your holiday looks. The first one is, instead of taking on your sequin items, pulling out your sequin items, try metallic. So hear me out. Metallic has really been trending over the last few seasons, for the last couple of years. And I think that is a way to be, 1, trendy, and 2, different from what you're going to see at a lot of these happy hour or holiday events, I should say. And that goes for like accessories, metallic shoes, even like tops and bottoms. Hanifa has some really, really cute wide leg metallic pants that I think will look really good for the holiday season. So try that. And if I can find any other really nice metallic items like pants or tops, I'll link them down below in the description box. But yeah, so instead of doing your traditional sequin this year, try metallic instead. And I think that'll really elevate your looks. Second thing is, let's switch up the colors. We're always so conditioned to red or black or silver or green for the holiday season. I want you to maybe try to pull out 2 new colors this holiday season. And this is not me being biased, because pink is my favorite color, but magenta or hot pink is really cute during the holiday season. And I think if you try that instead of red, listen, switch out your red for some magenta or hot pink. Listen, the girls are gonna eat it up. They're gonna eat it up, okay? Okay, and instead of doing your emerald green, how about we do a teal or a turquoise? I know it sounds springish, but it's not. Especially when you put it on like a satin fabric or something, or like a velvet material. Yes, that's what you want to do. So we're going to switch out our red for hot pink or magenta, and we're going to switch out our green for a teal or a turquoise. Listen, you do those 2 things, and I promise you, your holiday looks will be taken to the next level, and you're going to be the talk of the holiday parties, okay? So that's going to wrap up today's show. I really appreciate you all for watching another episode of Closet Conversations. Be sure that you follow me on all social media platforms so that you don't miss a beat. And be sure to subscribe and turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss a video. Have a wonderful day.